Hi friends, let's start with the trade setup for today. The good news is that I'm going to say that the markets are actually on their way to scale new life highs. Life highs are almost 40-50 points away for Nifty. But what I'm going to say is that 10,250 could be the next level, and because it's you're breaking out after 1 month of consolidation, and also the sector leaders, the large caps, they have started participating, and that tells me we perhaps could be on our way towards 3 to 5% rally. 3 to 5% from where? From 9,950 to 10,000 band. 1% has already been covered, but I would believe that we are moving towards 10,250 and then 10,450 levels. That's almost likely. Now you can argue about the valuations and all that, but some sort of recovery in the earnings is basically getting priced in by the markets now. And what tells us that the markets are looking so good? Because the texture has really improved, market breadth has improved. Almost most of the sectors, they are seeing actually accumulation, or the top stocks in those sectors, they actually are seeing very good buying happening. Now, in terms of what was happening in the derivative space, it's very interesting that put to call ratio (PCR) that basically continues to remain at elevated levels. But it is primarily because there is heavy put writing which is happening around 9,900 10,000, and that is a sign that traders right now are not looking at writing calls at higher levels. And I don't believe it's because of the VIX. It's more because the traders want the markets actually first to stabilize, because they've taken off, and if you've taken off, then there is no point in writing calls aggressively at present. So it's more about the long calls, more about the put writing, and also in fact the FIs also are deploying the same strategy. They continue to remain less active, or continue to remain less invested in Nifty futures, and also they basically have been holding short positions also in Nifty futures, but they are hedging their positions by writing more puts there. So on that context, it's more about the DI flows which actually are also supporting the market, and DI flows remain very strong. Now, in terms of what we should be looking in terms of levels, Nifty, as I've talked about, 9950 as support, and 10,250 now as the next resistance. 10,080 actually was the resistance which we were looking for once the market crosses, and then you go straight, I think, for 170 points is what I'm talking about. Life high basically scales new fresh highs. Those sort of headlines are going to come very shortly. Bank Nifty again 24,520 as a support, resistance at 24,980. These are the levels you can work on. You can say to me that Bank Nifty is 980 levels can be crossed very soon. Yes, they can be. Bank Nifty is indeed looking very great, and also private banks, they actually are looking great. So perhaps 25,000 could come very soon. Also, PSU banks basically have started seeing some buying, and SBI perhaps could set the stage, because SBI Life IPO date has been announced. 20th September is when the SBI Life IPO is going to open. It's after LIC is one of its kind, has the biggest banking distribution network. The premiums have been growing very fast. That IPO is indeed very interesting, and perhaps, to my own common sense, if the SBI stock has underperformed over the last 1 month, if the IPO basically opens up, and most likely is going to have a very bumper response, I think that stock perhaps could come back in action. Let's now talk about some stocks which you should be keeping an eye for. Let me give out some names from the capital goods pack. Havells and Voltas. Voltas more than 40% open interest addition in just single session. So Voltas basically you should keep an eye for. Havells again basically saw very good buying. From the cement pack, ACC. Now from the cement pack, I will have my own doubts, but technically the stock basically is moving up. Accumulation is being seen there, but I think there are different categories. Voltas, Havells are looking much stronger, but yes, ACC also saw good buying there. HDFC again, new Li-Fi has been seeing good sort of accumulation, but I would actually give more weightage. And my the stocks which I like the most are Voltas, Divi's Labs, Ipca Labs. Ipca, Divi's are actually beautiful. They are looking beautiful in terms of the way they actually have taken off after very strong consolidation. Some sort of inspection approvals are being expected from the stocks. But then again, Divi's, Ipca, you should really keep a very close eye. Those actually are looking very solid. JSW Energy has been a continuous re-rating candidate as rated by the institutions. That continues to see very good accumulation. Bharat Forge again, the record date for bonus has been announced, and the stock basically has started seeing more accumulation. Over the last roughly 2 weeks, the US truck sales numbers were good, and then again we saw the auto sales numbers have been good, and also some defense tie-ups. So series of positive news, the stock has been relatively outperforming. Capital First. So I have my four picks: Voltas, Capital First, Divi's Labs, Ipca Labs. So these four stocks actually you should be keeping your eye for. And whenever I talk stocks, it's not like I'm giving you some intraday sort of things. I'm basically telling you that these stocks could outperform in the near term, perhaps 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, whatever. But in the near term, these stocks could outperform from the point I'm talking about. So Capital First, because the RBI has approved the 50% FI limit, comes out of the RBI FI limit ban. So again, the stock basically is very easily, by common sense, going to likely see a positive action here. Some more stocks, as we talk about OMCs, BPCL, HPCL, strong action, new life high is going to come very shortly. GRM's overall September quarter look actually very good, so nothing changes there. You can argue that GRMs could have cooled off from the high levels, but yes, overall the stocks basically are seeing good sort of accumulation. Again, the fuel pump prices have been going up, so with respect to that, the marketing margin in terms of revenue, the top line is also going to look quite good. So these are the stocks I think you should keep an eye for. Overall, I'm saying that the markets are looking good, texture is looking good. If you were short, please be careful because you will be caught at the wrong side. And if you're long, just be stock specific and be sure that you're able to reap rewards because markets have taken off. So thanks a lot and keep me posted if you have any queries. Take care.